video, we'll explore a teaching approach that perfectly fits the digital era, blended learning. Stay with us and let's discover how technology and face-to-face learning can work hand in hand. Blended learning is a combination of traditional in-class teaching and online learning activities. That means students still attend physical classes, but they also interact with learning content digitally through videos, e-learning platform, or online discussion. It is a flexible approach that encourages independence, personalization, and continuous access to learning materials. Both teacher and student benefit from this balance of direct interaction in the digital support. The goal of blended learning is to create an effective, efficient, and enjoyable learning experience. By integrating technology, learning becomes more interactive and relevant. Let's explore a real-life example of blended learning teaching module designed for grade 8 science. This module integrates face-to-face and online learning to support a flexible and engaging classroom experience. Let's dive in. Okay, so for example, this is the module that has been made by our group, the 8th group, and this is for education unit SMP Muhammadiyah 5 Surabaya with subject natural science in class 8 and second semester with subject matter respiratory system. The theme is air pollution free campaigns with time allocation 2 times 45 minutes or 2 meetings. The learning achievement is students can identify the organizational system of life and conduct an analysis to find the relationship between organ system and their function in the respiratory system. With initial competence, first student can understand the function of the organ in respiratory system, and second, student can understand the impact of air pollution on health and milieu. It has some Pancasila student profile. First, faith, fear of God Almighty, and have noble character. Second, global diversity. Third, work together. Fourth, creative. Fifth, critical reasoning. And sixth, independent. The facility and infrastructure used is first, respiratory system student worksheet or LKPD. Second, laptop and mobile phone. Third, projector. For Google Classroom, and fifth, CapCut as the video editor application, and sixth, the science teacher book for grade 8 junior high school, or the science student book for grade 8 junior high school from Kemendikbud. The target of student is the regular grade 8 student who have no difficulty understanding and digesting the material given. The learning model used is with approach scientific and strategy blended learning with project-based learning or PJBL. The learning model methods is discussion, Q&A, assignment, and presentation. And how the blended learning used here? Well, the blended learning in this module follow a mixed mode approach. In online activities, students access video material, make the video itself, and join discussion on Google Classroom or WhatsApp group. And then in offline or classroom activities, they have group discussion there and presenting the video that they have made. The combination of online and in-person learning makes the process both interactive and student-centered. So what this module a strong example of blended learning? It aligns with the Pancasila student profile framework, encourage critical and creative thinking, blend asynchronous and synchronous activities smoothly, handle social emotional learning and reflection, and it's provide clear assessment tool and rubrics. Overall, it fosters a learning environment that is flexible, meaningful, and aligned with future educational needs. Hello and welcome to the opening phase of the first day of lesson in the human respiratory system and the air pollution free campaign. This phase is crucial. It sets the tone, builds engagement, and activates student or prior knowledge. Let's walk through each step of what happened during this stage. We begin with a warm classroom atmosphere. The teacher greets students with a cheerful smile, open the session with a prayer, and takes attentions one by one. This moment helps center the students and prepare them mentally and emotionally for learning. Then, the teacher clearly explains what will happen in today's lesson, including the learning goals, the tasks they will complete, the skill they will practice. And students are taught they'll be learning about the respiratory system and how it connects with real-life problems, specifically air pollution. And then, to spark curiosity, the teacher used a guiding question. Have you ever felt sort of breathe or cough while walking near heavy traffic? Why do you think that happened and what can we do to keep the air clean? This question connects science to daily life and build relevance. It encourages students to think critically and relate it to the topic of the personal experience. And then students are invited to share their experience. Maybe they've ridden a motorbike through traffic or live near a busy road. This short discussion leads to another follow-up question. What is the connection between dirty air and the health of our respiratory system? By doing this, the teacher activates prior knowledge and begins to build a bridge between scientific concept and real-world challenge. Finally, the teacher gives motivational context. This lesson isn't just about learning science. It is about learning how to care for ourselves and our environment. By the end of the project, you'll not only understand how your lungs work but also how to make a difference in your country. And this builds a sense of purpose and excitement for the learning ahead. With students engaged and the purpose are clearly set, the class is now ready to move on to the core activities, the group work, the case analysis, and planning their campaign project. And that's the power of a strong and thoughtful opening phase. It prepares, connects, and inspires. Welcome to Core Phase 1 in the first day of the lesson. This phase focuses on scientific exploration, group collaboration, and problem analysis, all centered around the human respiratory system and the real-world issue of air pollution. Let's break it down step by step. Well, the first step is the group formation. The teacher requires students to form small group and distribute the LKPD or student worksheet titled System Pernapasan. Students are instructed to complete the worksheet collaboratively. To help everyone stay on the same page, the teacher projects the LKPD in the front of the classroom. This includes a table where students identify respiratory organs and describe their function. Students begin by brainstorming and filling out nose, trachea, bronchial lungs, and alveoli. Each group discusses the function of each organ. Next, the teacher introduces a supporting video that explains the impact of air pollution on respiratory health. And the video link used is this. Students are asked to watch closely, take notes, and think about this key question. What happens to the lungs if they are exposed to dirty air over time? After watching the video, students are prompted to reflect and write about the potential long-term damage air pollution can cause to the respiratory system, such as asthma, lung irritation, or reduced oxygen intake. The next step is analyzing a real-world case. The teacher displays a news article, Air Pollution Threats Public Health in Surabaya, in Kumparan.com, and each group read and discuss what is the main problem present, who is affected, what is the connection between this case and respiratory system. The teacher walks around the room guiding discussion, asking probing questions, and helping students stay on the task. The goal is for each group to complete the analysis section of the worksheet and draw a clear connection between air pollution, respiratory illness, and community health. And to wrap up Core Phase 1, the teacher begins to introduce the next major task, creating a public campaign video to raise awareness about the importance of clean air and respiratory health. But the actual planning and execution of the campaign video will happen in Core Phase 2. This entire phase is designed to build foundational knowledge and real-world understanding through teamwork, multimedia, and critical thinking. With that, the students are now developing their very own health awareness campaigns in the next phase. Welcome to Corporate, still in first day of our learning journey. In this phase, students transition from analysis to action. They will plan and create their own digital campaign video to raise awareness about clean air and respiratory health. This is where scientific understanding meets creativity and civic responsibility. Let's walk through the process. The teacher begins by explaining the goal of the project to produce a 2 until 3 minutes video campaigns that 1. Describe the respiratory system and its organ, 2. Highlight the danger of air pollution, and 3. Encourage the public to take action. Students are reminded that this isn't just a school task, but it is a real-world effort to promote environmental awareness. Next, each group brainstorms their main message. They answer what problem are we addressing, what do we want, or what our audience want, and what do we want to our audience to understand, and what positive action are we encouraging. Once the message is clear, students begin writing a simple script and planning a storyboard, including at least 3 case scenes. The storyboard was their filming plan. After that, each team member takes on specific roles such as scriptwriter, actor or narrator, camera person, and video editor. This clear division of labor ensures equal contribution and collaboration. With their plan in place, students begin recording. They use available tools like smartphone and work in or around the school environment to create powerful, relatable scenes, and this content must be clear, scientifically accurate, and engaging. This recording can be done outside the time allocation, or if there is still any time, they can do in the time of the classes. After some recording, students can move on to editing phase using application like CapCut or KineMaster, and here they combine scene, add titles or background music, and insert narration if needed. The teacher reminds them to check that audio and the visual are clear and the message is focused and easy to understand. Well, once it's complete, students upload their video to YouTube and submit the link via Google Classroom. They've given 5 days after the lesson to finalize and submit their project. Each group is also expected to watch and comment on at least one of the other group videos to promote reflection and feedback. Before the session ends, the teacher reminds the class, in the next lesson, you will present your video in front of the class. Be ready to explain your message, your process, and what your group learned. This motivates students to take ownership of their project and prepare them for public speaking. In core phase 2, students become young scientists, creators, and advocates. They don't just learn about the respiratory system, but they communicate knowledge, collaborate as a team, and influence their own communities. This is where knowledge becomes an impact. We now reach the closing phase of the first day in the lesson. This phase helps students reflect, reinforce what they've learned, and find personal meaning in the learning experience. Let's look at what happened during this essential final step. The teacher gives students time to ask questions about the lesson, the campaign video, or anything that's still unclear. Students are encouraged to share what they found interesting, difficult, or surprising. This phase helps clarify misunderstanding and promotes a supportive learning environment. Then the teacher invites a few students to summarize what they've learned and share personal reflection. Questions like, what part of the project did you enjoy most and why? What did you learn about respiratory health for your community, and how can you apply the campaign message in your daily life? Which encourages self-awareness and deepens the learning impact. The teacher reminds students that the goal of the project is not just some academic, it's about caring for others and the environment. Every campaign you make is a message of change. Even small voice can create big impact, starting right here in your neighborhood. Students are motivated to keep sharing the video to friends, to family, outside the school, or and continuing the awareness movement. And before ending the class, the teacher reminds everyone that the video link must be submitted through Google Classroom, and each group must leave constructive comment on at least one at another group video, and the presentation date is the next session, so be prepared. This ensures students are clear on their remaining responsibilities. Finally, the session closes with a prayer, a warm thank you, and word of appreciation. Great work today, everyone! You're not only learning science, but you're becoming part of the solution. This lesson ends with smile, motivation, and pride in what's been accomplished. Welcome to the second meeting of the lesson in the respiratory system and clean air campaigns. This meeting is the culmination of all work students have done in the first session, from learning and analyzing to create their own digital campaigns. In this session, we focus on two key goals: presenting campaign video and reflecting on the learning experience. Let's walk through what happened. The opening session began just like before with a warm greeting, short prayer, and attendance checking one by one. The teacher then outlines today's activities. First, watch and present each group's campaign video. Second, give feedback, and three, share reflection. And the classroom is prepared, projector is already on, and the video files or YouTube links are ready to play. Now it's presentation time. Each group takes turn presenting their clean air awareness campaign video to the class. As the video plays, the presenting group explains their campaign message, the process of creating the video, challenge they face, what they hope the audience will take away. This gives students a chance to practice public speaking and share their creative work with pride. After each presentation, the teacher gives constructive feedback by orally and read the feedback that has been written in the Google Classroom, and then the group will respond to feedback, and this feedback process develop communication, critical thinking, and mutual respect. Next, students are required to complete the reflection section in the academic. They respond to questions such as: what did you learn about the respiratory system and air pollution? How did the campaign project impact on you personally? And do you believe your video could influence others? Why or why not? These activities help them internalize the experience and connect to the topic to the real life. The teacher leads a short pause discussion, inviting several students to share their reflection about. This creates a space for shared learning and lets students hear how their peers experience the project. The teacher closed the session with words of encouragement. Your video weren't just assignment, they were message to work. You've learned not just science, but how to make your voice heard, and that's powerful. Students are reminded that awareness is the first step to change, and they already begun the journey. And the session ends with final prayer, applause for everyone's effort, and appreciation from the teacher. Students live with new knowledge, communication skill, and sense of purpose. In this lesson, the teacher served as a facilitator, motivator, guide, and evaluator within a planned project-based learning environment. The teacher role includes several key responsibilities across the learning process. First, facilitator of learning activities. It organizes students into collaborative groups, guides students through the student worksheet activities, helps students understand the scientific concept of the respiratory system, and connect lessons to real-life situations through case studies and trigger questions. 2. Writer of learning material. It provides access to video, article, and digital tools, including Google Classroom, YouTube Link, and the editing application, and ensure that learning materials are relevant, up-to-date, and accessible for all students. 3. Coach during project work. It guides students as they plan, script, and produce the clean air challenge video. It encourages collaboration and ensures its students have a defined role either writer, actor, editor, or narrator, and offer technical guidance and to support creative decision making. 4. Motivator and moral booster. It sparks student interest with real-world questions like, have you ever felt short of breath near traffic? Why does that happen? And provide encouragement throughout the project and remind students of the social value of their works. It also promotes Pancasila values such as teamwork, critical thinking, and care for the environment. 5. Monitor and assessor. The teacher must observe student engagement, teamwork, and participation, conduct formative assessment, check observation, fulfilling LKPD, and performance on the presentation evaluation. Use a detailed rubric to evaluate the campaign video content, scientific accuracy, creativity, and the presentation. Facilitates peer feedback and student reflection at the end of the project. And the last one is bridge between science and citizenship. The teacher must help students understand that science is not just theoretical but has practical application in daily life. It also inspires students to become agents of change, especially regarding environmental health and community awareness. The assessment in this lesson is holistic, covering cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. It includes formative assessment and performance-based assessment aligned with the project-based learning (PJBL) approach and the goals of planned learning. First, in formative assessment. Formative assessment is conducted through the learning process in the monitor student understanding, participation, and skill development. In attitude affective assessment, there are observation of student behavior such as collaborative or collaboration in the group, responsibility in completing tasks, and curiosity during discussion. The teacher takes note of active participation, respectful communication, and commitment to the group roles. In the knowledge or cognitive assessment, there are given the written assignment by evaluate question in the LKPD or student worksheet, and the focus area include identifying respiratory system organ and the functions, understanding health impact of air pollution, and analyzing real-world case, for example, the Surabaya pollution article. 2. Performance-based assessment, the product and the process. This assessment focuses on student campaign video using a structured rubric. The campaign video rubric includes message content. It must relevance, clarity, originality, and strength of the campaign message, scientific accuracy, correct use of concept related to the respiratory system and pollution, creativity and originality, its innovative approach, storytelling and the visual style, visual and audio quality, its clarity of the video, sound and the editing quality, team collaboration with balanced contribution from all group members, and presentation and explanation. They have confidence, clarity, structure in presenting the project. The scoring is scaled from score 1 to 4, and the scores are converted to letter grades. After some mathematics, 90 until 100 is A, excellent, 18 until 89 is B, good, 70 until 79 is C, fair, and below 70 is D, which is needs improvement. And 3. Self and peer reflection. At the end of the project, students complete a reflection sheet in their student worksheet or LKPD, answering questions like what was the most enjoyable part of the project, what challenge did you face, and what did you learn about the respiratory system and pollution, and do you think your campaigns can influence others? And additionally, students give peer feedback by commenting on other groups' video in the Google Classroom. That brings us to the end of the video, which just explored a complete example of blended learning teaching module for science in grade 8, a module that doesn't just deliver content but truly empowers students to think critically, collaborative, meaningfully, and learning independently. In today's world, combining online and offline learning is no longer a luxury, and it is some necessity. And as educator, it is our responsibility to design meaningful learning experiences that are flexible, inclusive, and future ready. We hope this example inspire you to start creating or adapting your own teaching modules with a blended approach. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up, share it with fellow educator, and leave your thought or passion in the comment below. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next session. Stay curious, stay creative, and keep teaching with purpose. Goodbye and take care. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.